Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in San Diego. We're the daily podcast that gets you started on the right foot and always with a positive vibe. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Tuesday, January 9th. You'll be interested to know, 17 years ago today, Apple introduced the first iPhone. It originally came with 4 gigabytes of memory for $500, but it was only available from AT&T, and they offered the phone for $200 with a 2-year contract. Oh, how times have changed. Now let's check out the weather in the San Diego area. This morning, it's clear and 41 degrees with 57% humidity. Tonight, the sun will set at 4:59 p.m., and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:51 a.m. It looks like we're in for a day of sun, with a high near 63 and calm wind. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 44. And now, the surf report. Expect declining northwest swells with offshore wind in San Diego. Waves will range from waist to slightly overhead, with wind turning onshore by afternoon. Tuesday brings small, clean waves with lighter wind, ideal in the morning. La Jolla and South San Diego is looking 2 to 4 feet today, and clean before noon, then turning choppy in the afternoon. Size comes down a bit on Wednesday, but clean. The first high tide today will be 6 feet just before 7 a.m., with a -1 foot low tide at 2:30 p.m. The nearshore buoy at Scripps in La Jolla reads 59.8 for the water temperature. In the national weather, significant winter storms will track across the lower 48 through this week. Blizzard conditions for the plains and Midwest. Strong to damaging wind, severe thunderstorms, and heavy rainfall for the deep south and the northeast are expected. Another system is bringing heavy precipitation to the Pacific Northwest through Wednesday. For Hawaii, a cold front will focus heavy rain. And now a greeting from our sponsor. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in the divine experience of their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny sent you. In top news, the United States Department of Agriculture guidance now recommends filling half your plate with fruits and veggies, shifting from the earlier advice of 5 servings a day. This change aims to make the guidance more visually relatable. Consuming around 5 servings per day, or roughly 2 cups of fruits and 3 cups of vegetables, is linked to numerous health benefits. These include improved mental health and brain function, reduced risks of heart disease, stroke, and certain cancers, and easier weight management. Despite these benefits, only a small percentage of Americans meet these dietary guidelines. We need to increasing intake of produce for its essential role in a healthy diet, offering a mix of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and other beneficial compounds. Now let's talk science. Here's a thrilling update from the final frontier. The U.S. just launched its first moon-bound spacecraft in over half a century, a remarkable leap since the last Apollo flight in 1972. Named Peregrine and developed by Astrobotic, this pioneering spacecraft took off from Cape Canaveral, marking the debut flight of the Vulcan rocket. But here's the twist. Shortly after liftoff, Peregrine faced a hiccup, struggling to orient towards the sun, crucial for its solar power. The team's racing against time to fix this before its scheduled lunar landing on February 23. In a cosmic race against Intuitive Machines, which is another company eyeing a moon landing, this mission could redefine lunar exploration. Stay tuned for what could be a historic touchdown on the moon's surface. And in business news, Boeing stock took a hit as the company faces a new investigation. This comes after a door plug blew out of 737 MAX 9 at 16,000 feet, leading to an emergency landing. Thankfully, no one was injured. The plane in service for just 3 months is now part of a Federal Aviation Administration inquiry. This has led to the grounding of 171 out of 215 MAX 9 planes worldwide. Boeing's CEO has responded, emphasizing the importance of continuous improvement in safety. The MAX 9, larger than the MAX 8, which was involved in fatal crashes in 2018 and 2019, has caused over 300 flight cancellations by Alaska and United Airlines. This incident certainly raises questions about the future of Boeing's MAX series. In crypto prices, Bitcoin has been on the rise again to $45,000. Ethereum is at $2,265, and Solana is at $94.80. Now on to sports. Last night in the College Football National Championship, the Washington Huskies just couldn't keep up with the Wolverines. Michigan is your 2024 national champion, winning 34-13. Yesterday was Black Monday in the NFL when coaches get the axe. The Commanders fired Ron Rivera and the Falcons fired Arthur Smith. And now we are all hanging on to dear life, waiting to hear any news about Bill Belichick. We'll keep an ear out on that one. On to the NBA. Last night, the Clippers at home beat the Suns 138-111. Tonight, the Lakers are at home taking on the Raptors. In national hockey, tonight, the Kings are on the road taking on the Lightning, and the Ducks are on the road against the Predators. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio in your area to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in North and South County, San Diego. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits, connecting Pilates to enhanced core strength, improved flexibility, and better posture. It's a well-supported avenue for physical and mental health in just a few dedicated sessions. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more, be sure to tell them Sunny Mornings sent you by. And now back to the show. In local news, in Mission Beach and Pacific Beach, residents are dealing with the aftermath of some very high surf. Some locals noted the sea level was the highest seen in a very long time. Waves up to 15 feet high flooded the boardwalk, leaving sand and seaweed behind. It was compared to shoveling snow in the mountains, but here it's sand. The city of San Diego completed boardwalk cleanup, moving the sand to Fiesta Island for treatment. Despite being mostly cleared, some areas still show the effects of the flooding. This phenomenon, also observed in January 2023, is becoming more common, with locals trying to adapt to these now yearly occurrences. And in entertainment news, renowned director Martin Scorsese plans to bring a unique vision of Jesus' life to the screen later this year. Inspired by his meeting with Pope Francis and the book A Life of Jesus, Scorsese's project aims to delve into the core teachings of Jesus in a contemporary setting. Co-written with critic and filmmaker Kent Jones, the film is expected to run for 80 minutes and will explore Jesus' teachings without preaching. Scorsese, known for integrating his Catholic upbringing into his films, seeks to make the film accessible and separate from the controversies often associated with organized religion. This approach reflects his intention to examine the positive aspects of religious faith, despite its historical failures. Known for his complicated portrayal of religious themes, as seen in his controversial film, The Last Temptation of Christ, Scorsese's new project is anticipated to be more straightforward. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the thought of the day. And today, our quote comes from Galileo, the wise astronomer. Galileo says, "Measure what is measurable, and make measurable what is not so." Sounds like a starting point to me. And that's a wrap for this morning. Remember to stay tuned tomorrow for more news and updates. Have an amazing day, my good friends. Whether you're heading to work, an event, or just enjoying the day, stay safe and enjoy yourself to the fullest. We'll be back tomorrow with another Sunny Mornings podcast. Thanks for tuning in.